Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just wanted to do a quick follow up on my previous video. So, in my previous video, I talked about how my wife and I were able to get our mortgage balance down under the $100,000 mark, and that is a phenomenal accomplishment. We closed on our house in May of 2015. It is now December of 2022. So, about 7.5 years later, we have gone from a $215,000 balance to about a $99,981 balance. About $115,000 and some change paid off in 7.5 years. So, clearly that's a great feat. We're excited about it. There's one caveat in our particular situation, which has led us to somewhat be a little more, you know, conservative as far as paying the mortgage down. We pay a little bit extra towards it, but the caveat is that we have a 15-year mortgage and we have a very low interest rate. And when I say very low, I mean like almost 0%. When I tell people that story, they don't necessarily believe it. But the deal is that when we closed on our home, we went through a program called NACA. And when we closed, the lender, the bank that did our mortgage was Bank of America. And NACA, as people have probably heard, it is like a character-based lending program. They really look at your finances as a whole. They do basic forensic audits of all your accounts, and they look at your history, your payment history. They look at your employment history, and they don't pay attention to your credit score. They have found out that if they look at all these different aspects in your financial life, and they can qualify you that you'll have a very low default rate. And NACA, by any measure, NACA has the lowest default rate. NACA backed mortgages, when NACA is the mortgage broker in any transaction, it has the lowest, by far the lowest default rate in our country. And it's almost 0% because of the measures that they put in place to ensure that you are actually able to afford your home. But as anybody would know, things happen. Job situations change, life situations change. So nothing is foolproof or whatever. But NACA loans are phenomenal loans. NACA had a buy down feature when we bought our particular house at the time. For every 1% of the house purchase price that you put down, you got a half a percentage off of your mortgage rate. That's what a 15-year. If you were doing a 30-year mortgage, for every 1% of the purchase price that you put down, you got 0.25% interest rate reduction. Our builder gave us $7,500 to use as we pleased back then. So we used that $7,500 to buy down our mortgage rate. So let's calculate. We had a 2.875% mortgage rate the day we locked in on a 15-year mortgage, 2.875%. Our builder gave us $7,500. So if you think about that, let's just do round numbers. $215,000, $7,500. Basically every $2,150 is going to buy your mortgage rate down approximately 0.5%. So if you look at $7,500, that is almost 2 whole percentage points that our builder alone brought our mortgage rate down. Because remember, it was 2.875. So at the end of the day, it cost us about $11,318, if I'm not mistaken. $11,318 when you add up the builder $7,500 plus ours. I think I came to the table with about $4,418 or something in that area. And that brought our rate from 2.875 to 0.125%. So our mortgage rate is 0.125%. So I just looked at my mortgage statement that came through today. It showed our balance of the $99,981, and it showed that I paid about $15,500 approximately this year in principal, and then I paid about $108 in interest because the rate is so low. Altogether, once everything is fully amortized, I think I said that correctly, it's going to end up being about $2,000 that we would have paid in interest if we go all the way 15 years out. So that is the dilemma that we're always in. We can, even in a poor market, we could have put more money in a savings account and drawn more interest than paying off our mortgage. Now with the rising interest rates, with basic savings accounts, even CDs, of course the I bonds, like there's so many different ways to earn over 0.125%, and that is my honest to God interest rate, 0.125%. So people were like, oh, pay off your mortgage, you'll pay it off in 2 or 3 years. And we really can pay it off in 2 or 3 years. Like, I've been wrestling with it because we've been maxing out our Roth IRAs, our 403Bs. We've been maxing out our health savings account. We've even contributed to 457s. We have put more money into regular brokerage accounts. Like, we've been doing all these other things besides like really attacking the mortgage, because, numerically speaking, it doesn't make any sense to pay off our mortgage early. At the same time, I'm a firm believer that once you're maxing out all your other accounts and you are being responsible with your money, you have that fully funded emergency fund, you have all these sinking funds taken care of. Personally, I don't see a problem with paying off a very, very, very low interest rate mortgage early. Do we have to necessarily accelerate the payoff right now? No, we don't. However, at the same time, I'm very debt averse, so it is definitely one of my goals to pay off this mortgage early, regardless of the fact that we know we can earn a few more dollars here, a few more dollars there. But can you imagine the things you can do once you have zero debt payments? The only thing we will be paying on are taxes and our insurance. That's going to be great. That's going to be a great feeling. And I don't know anybody that has regretted paying off their mortgage, regardless if they had a 2% rate or a 10% rate or a 5% rate. I've never met anybody, I've never seen anyone on these internet forums or Facebook. I've never seen somebody regret paying off their mortgage early. So regardless of the low interest rate, that is definitely our goal. Will we try to do it? We got about 7.5 years left. Will we try to do it in 3 years or 4 years? I'm not 100% sure, but as long as our other buckets are taken care of, I have zero issue with paying the mortgage off as early as possible. So, hey, I would love to hear your thoughts. Reach out to me. I appreciate all the support. My last video has gotten so many views, relatively speaking. So obviously it resonated with a lot of people. Guys, keep grinding it out. There is no better feeling than being debt free. And I can't even imagine how it will feel being mortgage free. So I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys for the support. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. This is Rashad, and this is our journey to $1 million. Thank you for taking a ride with us. Take it easy.